Hey cousins, welcome to Brown Liquor and Bad Ideas.
Hello, cousins. Welcome to this episode of Brown Liquor and Bad Ideas. I'm your cousin Cornell Wright, the People's Lobbyist. Today, cousins, we're going to talk about something very basic and very simple, but it's going to be important to our future communications between us and perhaps is how you communicate with others. And that is talking about being binary. Now, binary goes back and it's actually a numerical coding, numerical way of looking at numbers in which it's 0 or 1. Binary. There's only two choices, okay? So within that concept of binary, there's a lot of things that impact our lives that are associated with being binary. For example, if you have a question and someone gives you a yes or no answers, that's binary. You follow me? A or B is binary. For some of you cousins out there in regards to your truck choices, either Ford or Chevy, even though there's some other trucks, but it's Ford or Chevy, right? And so as you start looking at this, it even becomes a question of, gee, is the glass full or is the glass empty? Nothing in between. It either is or it isn't. So cousins, the reason I want to use the word and talk about binary is because it has so much impact on our lives in regards to how we go about making decisions and in regards to how we're presented with information. There are also, just to talk about briefly, binary has its basics functionality in our world now in computers. Because if you can imagine all of our cell phones, all the computers, all the technology, all the telecommunications that we're exposed to, all those items are basically binary based. Because when the electronics first started going on, think about it. With lights, you either turn the light switch on or you turn the light switch off, right? There's nothing in between, unless you get a dimmer switch, but that's not counting. That's on or off. So back in the day when computers first got started, there was what? Bulbs or tubes. And the tubes were either turned on or off, which means a 0 or a 1. You follow me on that? Over time, the technology continued to evolve in which started to become little circles, little ferrite circles that we just turn one direction or the other, on or off. And then it started to move up with other electronics in which it got faster and faster and faster. But right now, cousins, in all of our cell phones now, we have more technology and more capability than what originally was used in the computers that put the man on the moon. Okay? So that technology is very much a part of all of our lives. And then that leads to another concept called Boolean logic, in which you look at something and it's a combination of yes and no decisions, either left path or right path. You with me on that? And so you do a combination of those left path, right path, and you can pretty much get the most decisions. In the work that we're going to be doing going forward, cousins, looking at the things that are involved in our lives, how people are impacting our lives, what people are telling us, this is one of those educational things I wanted to kind of establish a foundation so we know going forward when I'm using the word binary what we're talking about. So it starts to become a question of, is something on or off? Is it yes or no? Because a lot of the things we're going to be confronted with, cousins, are easy as yes or no, or one way or the other, but a lot of things have some gradation, if you will, in regards to how you look at it. It's not necessarily always yes or always no. Okay? Do you want milk with your cereal? Yes or no? That's easy. But if you then start asking someone, well, gee, what are the other combinations of milk that you may want to have on your cereal? It may get more complex, right? There's almond milk, there's soy milk, there's 2% milk, there's whole milk, there's skim milk. I mean, there's chocolate milk. I get so confused now just going to look at milk, I can't really make a decision anymore, right? It's no longer a binary decision. It used to be there was only whole milk, period, end of story. Okay? And if you really go further back, add a little bit of cream on top, you have to shake it up in order to do the pasteurization at home. But we're beyond that. But the point is that a lot of decisions we're going to be confronted with, cousins, can be binary. If you have two choices, two selections. And so you think about it. Binary starts to become a question of, do we go out or do we stay in? There's a lot of different aspects of what might happen if you go out, a lot of different aspects of what to do if you stay in, but it's still a binary decision, right? And one that's still important to us, cousin, is are we going to wear a mask or not? Do you wear it or don't you? It's not sometimes I wear it. Well, or all the time you wear it. It's a binary decision. Each decision you make is the same discussion of making a binary decision. So what I'm saying is that binary starts to become something that's important to us in regards to how we process and how we look at information. In the future, I'm going to be bringing you more information, hopefully, that's going to be able to help you make binary decisions. Do you support something or don't you support it? Because a lot of times as we're starting to look at things, people try to make them gray in order to confuse us. They make it gray in order to try to separate us. They make it gray in order so we can't be clear as to what the choices really are in the way that how they phrase it or the way that how they present it. But at the end of the day, cousins, all of our representatives in Washington, all the representatives in your state, all the representatives in your local area, they have to vote yes or no. They have to make a binary decision. We then have to make binary decisions in regards to whether or not we would support them, and more importantly, what our position is in regards to whether or not we want them to make the yes or no decision in the first place. So I'm Cornell Wright, your people's lobbyist, and I'm going to be coming back to you, hopefully trying to make things a little bit easier and clearer for you with binary decisions. Yes or no, off and on, left or right. With that, cousins, you emptied my glass already, so I can't drink any more of that. So I tell you what, why don't you subscribe? Thank you for your comments, and we'll look forward to your next episode of Brown Liquor and Bad Ideas. Not today.
We are the people.